Hi, it's Dawn here with DD Creates Crafts. Today, our lesson is called Tips for Effortless DIY Embellishments. So here's embellishments. We've seen them, we've used them, we love them. But what if you don't have enough of these, or what if you don't have any to suit the particular project? So I've got three techniques for you to make cards, to make goodies, and three different projects. So I'm going to turn you down and show you step one, technique one. So let's turn you down, make sure you can see real good. Get us a little more light. All right, I am Dawn Davis with Stampin' Up. I'm a demonstrator, and I do these videos to introduce you to myself and my personal style, introduce you to Stampin' Up products, and also to teach you a new technique or a new project with each video. You can reach me at dawndavis.stampinup.net, and this is our first project. This card is used, I did a die cut, and I'm hoping you can see it, but I actually stacked 5 or 6 die cuts. I glued them all together to create a thicker embellishment. And this is actually glued flat. Doesn't it look like I have the dimensionals underneath it? I do not. So I'm going to show you how I made this card. And then, what is this? Marking my place in the celebration book. These are what I'm calling bookmarks. You can emboss those. You can get the gold or silver oversized paper clips on Amazon. The rest we're gonna make. So I had made these butterflies for my niece's high school graduation. She's now a junior in college. And then this is just some die cutting glued together, both sides, fun. And this is what I'm gonna show you today. This is actually a little sheep. And look, I did both sides. You don't have to. Now this one, I did not do 5 or 6 die cuts glued together. This was a little cheat sheet. Now, this one, let me grab it, I have it right here, yep. A product called foam adhesive sheets from Stampin' Up. So it's almost like an oversized dimensional, sticky on both sides. And I've already done it, stamped and cut out the actual foam sheet with the shape of the puppy. And we're gonna make a bookmark out of this doggy. But let me show you the dilemma. The stamp only goes in one direction. So how on earth did I stamp? So the puppy would be facing the same direction no matter which side you looked at him and which side I glued him to. Let me actually glue him to the gold one just for grins and giggles. So this I'll put here. So I want to teach you a technique, and this is just totally different from, it's like a freebie, if you will, a free little technique. So I'm gonna get out my Stamparatus, and the main thing you need, even more than the Stamparatus, is your silicone sheet. Now you've seen me use these with glue because nothing sticks to these silicone craft sheets. It's only about 5, 6, and you will thoroughly enjoy it because you can run off the edge of your card with your tape runner. You can use hot glue on it, you can use regular glue. Nothing's gonna permanently stick to it. I just rinse it off with a little bit of water, if you will. So what I wanna do, this time I have a kitty cat. I've already got her in place on the Stamparatus. So I'm gonna ink her up. I think I'm gonna make her basic gray. So I'm just inking it up, if you will. And the beauty of the Stamparatus, if I feel I don't have enough ink, I can get some more. An even pressure, let me look. I want a little more ink towards her tail. I can see it's not as wet as I would like it to be. Oh, I just slammed that into action, didn't I? Okay, so I've got that nice and inked up. So now what I'm gonna do is take our cardstock, lay it on top of the stamp, the glued image, and just run, you could do it with your hand, but I want even coverage with my thingy. And there's our kitty cat. Precious. So this can be the back, and then we could come right around, move our silicone mat, put this right back in. There we go. I want to make sure I don't stamp on top of my perfectly perfect cat. And now they are facing each other. Now this one's a little blurry. I moved my hand, but you can see that's a super fun technique. What if you wanted to make a card and have both kitty cats looking at each other? Or you can put them onto the, our paper clips and make a little, I was gonna call it embellishment, but a little bookmark, if you will. So I've got my two doggies, and this is double-sided sticky, so I'm just gonna peel this off and carefully, because it's sticking all over my fingers, line him up to the best of my ability. I'm gonna do the head first, and then come down, and now I'm gonna flip him over. Oh, let me show you what I'm gonna do before I flip him over. I'm gonna wedge our paper clip in there on the sticky stuff. If you want, add some glue to that. I don't think we'll need it. Getting his little head in place, his little feet in place, and make sure everything else just falls into place. But look, he faces in the same direction no matter which way we flip him, just like the little sheep, you know? So these are super fun to make. We've just made it with the foam sheets, if you will. And then the other trick is second with the same technique, because we are adding some middle and some weight to our embellishments. This is one way with your foam sheets. This is the other way with die cutting 5 or 6 and adhering it down. So I'm going to give you a little sample of how we do that. This is a fun little Christmas card, and this is the, I'm going to share it with you. This is the paper I got free from Celebration. And my goodness, look how gorgeous it looks with basic black and then red, and then this is going to be our frame. So this is what we're going to glue all together, but first let's glue our basic mat down. And this is just going to go on the base card. And you don't need to know the measurements for this, or if you do, I will gladly put them in the comment section. But really, you've got your base, and then on 2 sides of your layer, just make sure it is 1/4 inch shorter, and that will give you the nice 1/8 margin or frame, if you will. So now I've got, let's see, I think I've got 5, yeah I do, 5 frames. So let's get our, gotta look, see where my, there, my little kitty cat is. Well, yep, for glue. I am going to use this. I was thinking stamping, and I didn't want to stamp on it, but for glue, heck yes. Now this is going to feel weird, you guys, but you're going to put the glue on the actual part of the frame or embellishment or stamped image or die cut image. You're going to put it on the side that usually shows, because what we're doing here is just building. We're just building the layers. And in this particular case, because I thought it was so easy, I used these stitched shaped dies for us to build a little frame. And can you use one and use the foam sheets? Yes, you can. Can you use one and use, maybe in this particular case, some of the black dimensionals? Yes, you can. But this is going to give you another option, another technique. And sometimes this just looks a little different, dare I say a little better, than just using foam squares or the foam sheet. And the foam sheets, it does save you a lot of time and effort, because look, I ran this die 5 times. All right, here comes my final layer. And I find with this, I don't feel the need to add the foam squares on the bottom of it, because it's already raised. It'll be already raised off the bottom of my card. It's got some nice depth, dimension, it's thick, just like it looks when we do. See, can you see how thick that is? So now when I adhere this down flat, look how lovely it's gonna sit up for us. So I am gonna glue this flat. There's the other side. It's some pretty snowflakes, a reindeer with some plaid, and there's actually a punch for him too, but the paper is the free paper. Now again with glue, because if my margins weren't the way I like them, I can move the glue around, not the glue will move, so I can move my little frame around to get it just where I want it. Now, let me see about where I want that. I'm gonna want my little guy, my bow, so let me get some on the corner there, so let me get some glue dots. Are you on there? Yeah. I'm gonna get one more just because we can, and it's gonna be nice and strong. So I'm gonna glue that on the inside corner of my frame so that when I come back with my wreath, which is my decoration, this is Sparkle something, I apologize, that's the only stamp set I didn't bring over to show and tell, but this is, you're gonna see it next week, this particular stamp set, because it is a wreath die cut stamps, but it goes for 3 holidays, for start with Halloween, with Thanksgiving, and then Christmas. This one set, this one bundle is for all 3. So I'm gonna tuck this up under just a little. There I go. So it'll look like the bow is hanging from the wreath. And that glue will dry and it'll get nice and go away. Here's a little banner, and I just need to, I'll show you another time how I made my banner, because I did hand cut it and then foam squared the ends up so that looks dimensional. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on my banner edges, and you can help me figure out where we want this. Well, not upside down, do we? I'm thinking kind of in the middle, down, put that under there. So pretty. So this is your second technique of your first technique. So we've got the puff up your embellishments just by layering dies on top of each other, and then we've got the foam sheets that you can use as layering as well. So this is step 1, technique 1 that I wanted to share with you. Now the dies I used to make the frame, this is all I did. These are stitch shaped dies, all these shapes. I use these so much on all my different cards, but I created a frame with it with using, just taping it down as you see, running it through the 5 times on this piece of Christmas paper that I got from the Celebration. Got it for free, I might add. Stitch shaped dies are 35, and they're right there. And page 165 in the regular catalog, the annual catalog. So I'm gonna put that aside. Now, oh, this was my show and tell with my little sheep. This is the counting sheep bundle, and I got this for free as well from Celebration. My second technique and tip for you is we're gonna make our own bling. So I've made some sample cards for you, and this is the one we're gonna decorate. I knew with 2 of the techniques I was gonna need a little more time. So this card I went ahead and pre-made, and what I'm gonna do is just add the bling to it and show you how I make the bling. So this card, I've got some bling right there. And this card, okay, True Confessions, I liked this card so much I didn't wanna take away from the simplicity and the elegance of the card. So I actually put the bling on the inside. Then this one, you can see some bling here on your sentiment up here, and oh, there it is, right behind the bow. And I think I showed you that one. So we're gonna work with, let me put these on the bottom of your screen, and we're gonna work with the gold. I embossed the flowers, but how did I do that? What did I get? What I did, you guys, here's my baggie of tricks here. You can get some shiny paper, and of course you can order it from Stampin' Up. Of course you can. And with a regular hole punch, you guys, we all have these on our desk, don't we? Well, either the shiny gold or your shimmer kind of matte finish, and you can get some of the paper for free with your Celebration. And then this is like some opalescent glitter paper, and I'm just punching some holes. So watch. There they are. They're coming right out of, there I go, my hole punch. So the holes that we all normally throw away, we're gonna keep, and these actually are our decorations. So let me dump some more out. I've already punched. Then obviously I'm gonna use gold with this one. and add a little sentiment, maybe some twine. And how I did this, yep, here it is, and my glue dots. I hope it, yep, make sure I didn't throw those too far away. So I'm gonna put this here so you see it. So I've got this little card. My Take-A-Pic really helped me as far as adding some glue to these. So this side's a little sticky, so I put it on the correct side of the bling. And then what I did is get my, there they are, my glue dots, and lay it down on top of the glue dot. And then I'm gonna lift it off, including the glue dot with the pick. And now I can place it wherever I want. So let's kind of eyeball it where I want my happy birthday. I'm gonna say there. So let's put a little bit of bling. I'm gonna put one up in that corner. So let me get, let's do 3 or 1. Let's do 3, just because it's a technique and I'm sharing with you. And you remember, we always want odd numbers. So 3 or 5 or more. 1, we could get away with 1. You just don't want even numbers. Another beauty why I like the pick is, look, it's almost like my fingers don't get in the way when I'm trying to decide where I want to place it, you know? I think I'll put 1 in the opposite corner because that'll go right near my banner there. And let me see, I think what I'll do, I would, I'm trying to decide if I want to elevate that as well, but I believe I do. And I see a little trick here. See how that layer's already elevated? These are my tiny ones. Let me get a full-size guy. I'm just gonna put 1 on this end, but on this end, I'm actually gonna layer 2 of them. And then, you know what? It's gonna lay perfectly even. Crazy, huh? So because this part, and I'm gonna feel it, pull it, and make sure I got my little heifer lined up, my sentiment. Goodness gracious, there we go. Okay, so let me add 1 more little baby gold button, and this card will be done. But isn't this kind of cool? If you don't have sequins or you're out of bling, you can make your own. I just thought this was a fun, simple, kind of cool technique that any of us can do. And I'm gonna put it on this side. Yep, I think I'll put it right there. Any of us can do and make, because look, it's just hole punches. And here are your cards for this particular technique. Now I'm gonna brush our bling, which is normally garbage, off the table and put it aside, because I can definitely use that again, truly, because you've seen me use it on all these cards. So this is your second technique, and we could even add, I have this beautiful, I could do a little bow, couldn't I? Let's do us a little bow real quick. Just because this twine is too gorgeous. It's too gorgeous. Ooh, I wonder if I'd want a little knot. But isn't that the prettiest twine? I just thought, oh, that'll be so lovely. So you're gonna make 2 loops. And the right one goes over the left one, tuck it behind and under and up through the little hole like you're tying a shoe. That is it. Hold the knot briefly, pull the tails, so you can manipulate and get your bow exactly the size you want it, all right? And then we're just gonna adhere it down. So I will do that and take pictures of it for you and put that on my Pinterest page. So those are those. And then final technique, and you're probably familiar with this, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. Your final technique for embellishments is you're gonna fussy cut your own print paper to create the embellishment. So here's some pretty paper, and what I did, it's the same paper, is, well, actually it's different, I apologize, is I hand cut the leaves, the flowers out, and then added a little dimensional under that flower. Isn't that the cutest little fold, fun fold card? So I thought what we could do, yep, I'm gonna leave that towards the bottom and get out my other pieces for you. Sentiment. I got sequins, but I don't think we should use them because we're trying so hard to make our own guys. All right, I cut out this and this just to save some time. I cut out some flowers, and I'll just briefly cut out a little bitty bit because I was debating about cutting this rose out. So when you cut paper, cardstock, you move the paper and not your scissors, and you're gonna find you get a nice, simple, very clean, it's easier to cut embellishment when you fussy cut. So fussy cut just means you're cutting it out by hand versus, hey, I got to use a die cut and a craft machine. And I fussy cut for months before I invested in a machine. And now I rarely buy stamps unless they have matching dies. Now I have 2 stamps in my possession right now that do not have matching dies, but I just fell in love with them. I had to have them. One you saw yesterday's video, which is Strong of Heart. And the other you'll start seeing when I do my Christmas. It's just this little girl, and she's so pretty. You can't see her face. You can just see her, what she's holding, a Christmas tree, etc., etc. All right, I started thinking. Could you tell? That's why I stopped talking. All right, I will give you the measurements for this. Let me see, do I have it all written down? I will put this in the comment section, but for this, your landscape card is 8.5 by 4 1/4. Score at 5.5, because this is gonna make it so it doesn't close completely. Then our next color, I believe it's 4 by 5 1/4. We're gonna glue that down because it's gonna show from the top, and it is not where our sentiment is going. It is not where the little piece of white that you would sign love from me. So far it's gonna look like that. And then, yeah, I'm gonna do that there. This is actually the piece that's gonna be our, just like this opens up like this, it's going to be our actual card with the white on the inside. So this one I wanted to use some different cardstock, which is actually the very back of these flowers. How cool is that? I don't feel like I cut it correctly, but it's gonna have to do, or did I do that? I don't know, it doesn't look, no, these are totally off. I'm not happy with myself, but hey, what are we gonna do? All right, I'm gonna do it anyway. I do not know why my little baby measurements are off, but let's just ignore them and line everybody up. This one won't matter so much because it's kind of the centerpiece of the whole card, you know? There, I was able to manipulate it around a little bit. And our inside, I will get your measurements correctly for you in the comment section, because me and measurements and numbers do not mix. So I really, you'll feel like my directions are overly simplified, and that's intentional, and it's more for my benefit than yours, but I think it'll benefit you as well. Okay, could I have any more trouble? No. So this one's going to be adhered down. I like to kind of see where I want it. All right, looking good in the neighborhood, so let's glue that down. Give it a little love, a little heart in the middle. Nobody's gonna see it, but we'll know it's there. And line it up best to my ability. Hold it in place. And we're gonna decorate it with the circle, just like I did the other one. And I've got a little sentiment. And I've got the pretty little dots. See the dots I did there? Those are included with the Quiet Meadow stamp set. They're the dots. And here's flowers, and here's the sentiments. So how cool is that? That everything is included. I thought I'd laid us out a sentiment. We may or may not do one, but I do want to do Charlie Brownie. I wanted to do some of this, and I don't see my little glue. We're gonna do a little bit of black, which I'd rather do color, but let's just do some black, just to make it wild and crazy, you know? There, wild and crazy. And now we're gonna build it up with our flowers. So we've got this card, and here's our pretty circle, which we're gonna pop up the circle too, but let's glue some of these down. And this one, see how it's cut off? They don't have to be perfect because a lot of them, you're just gonna tuck under. See how I tucked it under and it hid that? And that's what we're gonna do. And then these are just a little mess, a little grouping of blue. How cute is that? And then we could add the pink if we want to. I'm kind of liking all our blue and all our daisies. I think I'm gonna leave that off, the pink, and come in, there's a dot of yellow. All right, let's adhere this down into place, get it looking stinking cute. I'm gonna put it this way. Do you guys do that? Like I went over, I think I grabbed the mint macaron to do my dots, and I think I left it on the other table. I have a craft table, and then I have my table where I do my my videos. So I have two different spots. So I craft all over the place. Ooh, that looks cute. And this one, let's pop it up a little bit. Get us a dimensional, not two. Put in there. Position it somewhere stinking cute. I mean, doesn't that look so cute? And then let's also pop up our actual. And it's gonna hang off the edge a little bit. So, just a little bit. You wanna make sure on these two sides that the embellishments don't go too close to the actual edge. Yeah, there we go. So let's take these off. That is stinking cute. And this is your third tip for embellishments. All you'll do is get some pretty paper that you love and cut out some of the pictures and then use them as your embellishments. In this particular fold, I will definitely get you the measurements, but isn't this so cute? So I used two different papers. I did do flowers on both, popped up one of them. Stinking cute, right? So this is the Quiet Meadows set. This is what the die and stamp set bundle looks like. Here's how it stamps across. Here's all the dies you get. What? So you saw me do this one with the first technique. You saw me use the banner, the butterfly, and these are awesome. I'll use these now and forever because I love having branches and leaves to use with cards, you know? So let me get all our techniques out here for you. We had the third technique, which is cut your own embellishments. We had the technique where we are making embellishments out of paper just with our hole punch. And then the first one we'll come back to is where we have the raised images, either by stacking our not embossed, but our die cuts, stacking them, or by using the actual foam sheets. So I'm gonna lay that there for you so you can get a little bit of vision of both. There's my sheep. I wanna get him in the picture too. And remember, if you are ordering anything about the Celebration sale, this ends the end of the month, you guys. September 30th is the last day. And there is so much cute stuff. There's the shiny paper, the Dazzle 6x6 paper you can get totally for free. And that would be perfect for this particular technique, using your hole punch. And then the paper for Christmas, there's some flowers. This is the Christmas paper I used. I got it totally free. So you can see the little plaid there, there's the reindeer, and you're gonna see me use this all season long. So if you wanna make gift tags with me, the Christmas cards with me, this is the paper you'll want to have. And why not get it for free, right? These are the sheep. I am usually not a whimsical person, but I don't know why I fell in love with those. And there's the matching dies. I'm gonna make my sister for her to give away, but a baby card. She's going to a baby shower, so I'm gonna make her a baby card using those sheeps. What do you think? Do you have a favorite technique, or will you be able to use all of them? I'm not even going to name the 3 techniques again. If you fell in love with product, I am Dawn Davis with Stampin' Up. You go to dawndavis.stampinup.net, and then you will see all these products. Here's the host code for September. You'll want to use that. I'll put this down to you so you see it. I'll put it in the comments section. Get you some free stuff with the celebration. Maybe get you the that silicone craft mat, or get the quiet moments, the stitch dies, rectangles. There's so much fun stuff that I used. Not a lot of stuff, but fun stuff, because rectangles I used here, here, here. Yeah, 3 of the cards I used the rectangles. Actually 4 if we count this guy. And then the quiet meadow is here and here and here. So anywho, I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed this particular video with the embellishments, the 3 techniques. That was your takeaway today, the 3 takeaways, the 3 embellishments, the DIY embellishments. So tell me in the comments which one you're gonna try. I'm hoping you're gonna try all 3. Leave me a note. Please subscribe, please click like, and that'll help other followers find me easier. And it's good for my ego too. Anyway, thanks for crafting with me. I'll see you next Friday. We're going to do some fun folds and some other projects for you. And I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for crafting with me, and have a crafty, fun weekend. Bye, you guys.